Jason, you're muted.
Just with the injuries, any update, Dorian Gerald or anybody else that was on the fence?
No, Dorian looked a little bit better yesterday. So I don't know. We're going to take him on a trip, and then we'll find out how he is a little bit more after practice today, and then we'll find out how he is in pregame and see if he can go or not. I think that's the only one.
Scotty.
Hey, Coach, I'm curious what you've seen from your offensive line the last 2 weeks, and if you see that group making some strides.
They had a really good practice yesterday. Not so much on Tuesday. Yesterday, really good practice. They did a really good job in inside run. Nice job in move the field against the one defense. Hopefully they're getting a little more confidence. I think right now it's all in the mind of we have to build a little bit more confidence in them because they're not a bad unit. They're a group of guys who work hard and care and are smart, intelligent kids that finish plays and all that. We have to continue to work together. I think they will. I think they'll be better on Saturday. I do.
Bob.
Hey Sam, how you doing? Hey, I looked up. I think it was back in August, late August. You said there were some seniors on the team you guys were going to try to convince to stay with the extra year. And I asked, we had Davion on the other earlier this week, and he said, "Hey, if Coach Pittman wants me back, I'd love to be back. Well, we'll see what happens." But is Dorian? Is Davion one of those guys you'd like back? And if so, why?
Heck yeah, he's one of our better players. We'll take him back. I can look up here on this board. There's a whole bunch of them I'd like to come back. And you look at it as more experience. When some of the teams are losing third-year juniors and we're getting sixth-year seniors, it should make a difference. Maybe it'll allow a little bit faster catch-up for us. But certainly we have a lot of seniors we'd love to come back. Him being one of them.
Nikki?
Coach, how did the weather this week impact y'all's practices? Like, how much did you have to practice inside? Did you have to, limit it because you didn't have the two fields and just one field?
Oh, I've kind of gone soft, Nikki. We went inside every day, I felt kind of bad. I saw a couple of high schools posting on Twitter where they'd been outside, We just made a decision that we knew we could get a better practicing inside. And so that's what we did. I haven't checked outside for a while, but if we can get out today, we will. If we can't, then we'll go ahead and go inside again. For years we'd go outside and it'd be sloppy and this, that, and other. If the weather was going to be, let's say, like going to Auburn was, well, then we'd be out there practicing in it. But I just think we can get a better practice inside, and that's why they make the indoors, And I think it's going to be nice weather when we get down to College Station. So we'll see about today. I'd love to get outside and get on the grass if it's not too slick, but about an hour ago, I felt like we couldn't go out there.
Trey Biddy?
Yeah, Coach, just a little more on the weather deal. Is that a negative for you guys having to practice inside from a preparation standpoint versus being able to go outside and have the two fields and just be outdoors?
I don't think so, Trey. I really don't. Actually, I kind of like indoor practices. I like the smell of it, the pop of it, the sound of it. But, obviously you have two fields for a reason that, you can spread out, have a little bit more room, things of that nature. When we designed our indoor, they did a nice job. That where you're concerned about indoor stadiums is at the end of them, or indoor fields, end of them where we have those glass doors. We just elected to make the goal line the 10-yard line, so we don't have problems with the doors. But on the edges, we have plenty of room on both sides. So we feel like we're very safe inside. Obviously, we feel like grass, you can be a little injury, a little less injury, but not necessarily when it's raining. Now, we have gone outside to punt the ball. We'll hit the fan sometimes punting indoors. So we have gone outside to punt the ball. Whether we do or not today, I don't know. But if we can, we'll go out there to do that at least. I don't think it'll be a problem. I don't think it'll be a problem that we've practiced inside and then have to go, obviously play outdoors.
Tom?
What was the physicality like in practice this week? Did you scale it back because of the number of dinged up guys, or y'all did like normal?
No, I think we kind of amped it up, to be honest with you. We know we're going to be in a physical game. We went good on good several times this week for the physicality of what we know we're going to get Saturday night. Last week was kind of our week to heal up. We have been smart, obviously, with, Dorian and Bumper as far as that part of it goes. But the rest of the team, we banged heads pretty good this week.
Hutch.
Yes, Sam, you mentioned yesterday that Montee Brown has been cleared. I mean, what kind of sense do you get from him this week? Do you think he's excited to get back out there? And can you tell he's maybe needed to knock a little bit of rust off?
Well, Andrew, to be honest with you, he practiced the week of Ole Miss. He practiced non-contact, but he practiced and didn't get cleared. And then last week he practiced, and then he finally got cleared as of Sunday. But, obviously non-contact, but he has practiced. So I don't look at it too much as he's been out too long, because he's had 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 practices since he hasn't played. So I think he'll be ready to go.
Ty.
Sam, you mentioned that you really like Texas A&M's offensive line. They got 5 returning starters, really physical up front, only giving up 2 sacks this season, tops in the SEC. What's the key to getting to Kellen Mond on Saturday night?
Well, we'd like to get to him with our 3 or 4 man rush, but the bottom line is that we have to get off on defense on the ball. I mean, we've talked a lot about this week of seeing the ball and getting off on the snap. We have to make the O lineman uncomfortable, and the only way you can do that is speed of takeoff. And so we worked a lot about that. Obviously, we have our blitz game if we need it to get to him, that we feel like we've got some nice blitzes that we put in to get to him. But obviously, you end up trying your twist games, your base rush. If that can't get to him, you try your twist games. If the twist game can't get to him, you add 1. If that can't get to him, you add 2. And if that can't get to him, well, then you better just rush 3 and play cover 3 and drop 8. But I think we've got some pretty good pass rushers, so we'll try to get to him as best we can. But we have to keep him inside the pocket, because he's very dangerous if he gets outside.
Let me know if you've got more in the chat.
Hey, Sam, as a follow-up on Davion, he obviously didn't have many catches coming into this season. He's been super productive. What did you see from him? Has he surprised you? And just kind of what do you think about him as a player and as a person?
Well, he really hadn't surprised me, because I didn't know nothing about him when I came in, so he's just a guy that I knew was dynamic with the ball in his hands. And now he has gotten quite a bit better, Bob, since we've been here. He's gotten quite a bit better, and he can separate. That's the thing on his breaks, and in that slot position, you have to be able to separate on cuts, and he can do that. He can get separation because he's quick, probably quicker than he is fast. But I've just been impressed with him when he catches the ball. We can rely on him catching the football, and then once he does, he has the ability to make people miss.
Nate.
Sam, about special teams, because you commented about wanting to make, lacking the big play in them and trying to get that this week. What do you think has prevented you from doing that? And also, is Reed Bauer now just your every punt situation punter?
I don't think Reed is a every situation punter, but he certainly has earned the right to punt for us. I know that he's done a nice job. Special teams getting big plays. I think it's cumulative on all the guys. Blocking, holding up. We have to be a better hold up team on punt return. Obviously, getting Traylon Burks back will help us in the punt return game as well. But we have to do a better job holding up. And obviously, the punt team has been a concern all year, and it's been a concern for us all week, trying to make sure that we can get off the line of scrimmage, get it covered, and certainly trying to be ready for any block looks that A&M may have had in the past.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Tom?
You said your COVID numbers were fine from Sunday's testing. I wonder if you got back Tuesday's testing and how you feel about the situation.
We were good on Tuesday. We test again this morning, so we'll get that result back tomorrow morning. Your Thursday tests are the ones Sunday and Thursday. Sunday's a big day because of quarantine possibilities from the bus rides or from the plane rides. Thursday, because that's the time span where it hits you from the weekend before. So we've been good, knock on wood, we'll be good again and to be ready to go. But we'll know something by maybe 8:30, 9 in the morning. Y'all won't. You'll find out whenever we run out there for the game, but we'll know about 8:30.
Hutch?
Yes, Sam, with Montee being back and you've obviously got Hudson Clark, they've played kind of the same corner spot, but how similar are those two corner spots? Are they relatively similar? And does this kind of a spot where that cross training you did in camp kind of come in handy?
I think you hit it on the head. It's all about cross training. I wouldn't be shocked if all of them hadn't played every position up there in the secondary. So I think we feel very comfortable with those guys playing either side on corners, and nickel as far as that goes, playing nickel or safety. So COVID forced us to do that. The way that we practiced early helped us with that, and we have full confidence in that they can do that. But more importantly, they have confidence they can do it. So I think we're ready to go as far as that goes, as far as they can play either side.
Let me know if you've got more. Bob?
Sam, I heard you say on a radio show last night that when you guys travel, you pretty much have these hotels to yourself. Without as many fans obviously coming into town for games, do you guys literally tell the hotel, okay, we want to be the only people we're going to bring in, we're going to get 100 rooms or whatever? Are you literally the only people in the hotel, or is it just mostly you guys?
When we went to Auburn, there was other folks there. When we're at a home game, I don't know what we tell them, but I don't see anybody but us in the hotel. Now maybe there is, but I don't think so. I think we pretty much have the whole place over there to ourselves. And then whenever we went to Mississippi State, I believe we were the only ones in the courtyard over there as well. So I just think it's a safety issue and things of that nature. But I know there was other folks in the hotel at Auburn.
But it's somewhere you guys can pretty much be, kind of dominate the hotel, so to speak.
Yeah, that's what we've done.
Yeah.
Obviously COVID's a scary deal health-wise, and certainly scary for your football team, because if you get quarantined, you're 14 days now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're 14 days out and basically 11 if you get the virus. Of course, there's all kinds of complications go with the virus. Hadn't affected our kids who's had it, physically, but we certainly don't want any of them to get it. And that's the easiest way. Just, we test 3 times a week. So you're not necessarily going to be around somebody with the virus if you stay inside our little bubble. So you kind of keep it that way as much as you possibly can.
I hope you're getting those Marriott points.
Well, I don't get them, so I don't know who gets them, but I don't.
Okay.
So, and y'all can look it up. I do not get them. So
You need to get.
he muted on the last part of that.
All right,
I just said you need to get that in your next contract.
I'd like to get another one. We got 5 years to figure that out, maybe.
Thanks, Coach.